Greetings, this is Legendary Player 1. Now I am finally back. It's been 2 years since the last time I made a video. I've been focusing on work, and honestly, I was a bit burned out of Master Rule 4. A lot of my cards were essentially rendered useless, and I got a bit demotivated. Now that Master Rule 5 brings back the ability to special summon from the extra deck to the normal zones without the need of a link, I'll be partially returning to make videos every now and then. I've always been a casual player at heart since the game's inception, so my knowledge is fairly limited in comparison to other Yu-Gi tubers that go to tournaments. But if you're also a casual player and want to listen to someone else's 2 cents, you came to the right place. Without further ado, and with an improvised tripod, or glass pod if you will, I bring to you a hero deck. This is my least budget deck, yet it still seems incomplete. It is my last deck that I had in a Master Rule 4. So for the monsters, I do have 3 Vision Hero Ferris. It's really your key card in the deck. It's your combo starter, and it's definitely a 3 of. Next, I have 3 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. A lot of people run it at 2. I really think adding a hero monster to your hand is pretty important, and although mass change isn't really as great as before due to the fusions being a little bit power crept, it is still technically a deck thinner, so it's always good. Up next, I have 2 Elemental Hero Stratos, and I think having it at 2 is fine. Stratos unfortunately isn't as great as before, especially having Allure of Darkness in my deck, and I have quite a few of non-dark monsters, so limiting it as much as possible is essential. Speaking of non-dark monsters, we have the Hand Trap package, so 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Reapers, 2 Ghost Ogres, 2 Ghost Bells, and 2 Effect Feelers. Maybe it's overdoing it on the hand traps, and I should get 3 ofs for consistency. I'm not too familiar with the meta, but it seems that most of these have a valid applicable use, including Effect Feeler, which is essentially a budget infinite impermanence, and it's not as expensive, infinite impermanence isn't as expensive as before. I think it's around $35 as of this video, so it's used to be $90, but still it's a bit expensive. Continuing the trend, I have 2 Elemental Hero Solid Soldiers. I'm debating getting a 3rd copy, but again, not being a dark attribute definitely makes it worse in this deck. I also have 2 Malicious. If I had the ability to have 3, I would definitely have a 3rd copy. Fortunately, Limitless doesn't allow it. Have 1 Vision Hero Bion. So for this one, I might as well get 2 more, but I'm looking what to make space for it. I also have Armageddon Knight and Dark Grepher, which are technically repeating effects. But I believe Armageddon Knight, having that extra 400 attack might matter in some situations, and Dark Grepher's ability to special summon by discarding Malicious helps you continue your plays. So we'll see, I might replace something for the other Bions. So moving to the spells, being an elemental hero deck, or a hero deck in general, I have 3 emergency calls. I have 3 allures, Allure of Darkness, for a bit of drawing power, 2 mass change. I've been thinking on adding a 3rd, but again, the fusions have been mostly power crept or can be easily negated. Dark Law is still decent, but it can easily be negated, and having 2,400 attack, it can easily be run over as well. I have 2 Called by the Grave. I should invest in the third one. And I have 3 Super Polys. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good card, and although I don't have too many targets, it's definitely about consistency. Then I have 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 A Hero Lives, and 1 Poly, because you can search it out with a couple of cards. So moving to the extra deck, just move this out of the way. Okay, so I have 2 Masked Hero Darklaw. Banishing shuts down a lot of effects. Unfortunately, it's very vulnerable to negates, and a lot of monsters can run over it. I have 1 Vision Hero Trinity, and this can net you a few OTKs. Have 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Borrelsword Dragon, 1 Borlo Dragon, 1 Saryuja Skuldred, which if you're able to pull off using 4 monsters, it is pretty good, drawing 4 cards, returning 3 to the bottom of the deck. 1 Topologic Trispania, 1 Isolde Tale of the Noble Knights, which I don't really handle equip cards, but adding a warrior is always good. 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp, because of course. 1 Extra Hero Dread Decimator, which isn't really that great, but again, I had this deck in the Master Rule 4 era, so I still have a lot of links here. 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver, 1 Master Hero Anki, because why not, I guess. 1 Topologic Bomber Dragon, and 1 Underclock Taker. Alright, and that makes it for my extra deck. And finally, moving to my side deck, which is one of the few decks that I have a side deck for, which I kind of took these to my local shop maybe a couple of times. So I have 3 Evenly Matched. I was lucky enough to pull them in tins, and the other one in the box for this, the Dueling Power, I think it's called. So 3 Twin Twisters, 3 Solemn Judgments, because negating is always good. It might not be as good as before, because traps nowadays super slow unless you can activate it from your hand. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 2 DD Crows, because there are still some situations where it's useful, and 1 Nibiru the Primal Being. Okay, so that was my deck profile. Any feedback, let me know. If you like the video, give a thumbs up. Next deck will be a Lightsworn deck, pre-tune Chaos. I'll be waiting a bit until the Chaos Creator and Chaos Space go a bit down in price. Hopefully they do. I've been hearing quite a bit of hype on those cards. But we'll see how it works. I currently, the version that I have of Lightsworns, I think it's pretty good. It's a bit uncommon, and you'll see why in the next video. But again, if you like the video, don't forget to like, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.